Stigo scooter. Beautiful ride, apparently. So let's unwrap this and see what it's all about. For viewing, probably better if I tip it over. What was that? Okay, well this is what you get when it arrives. Let's just pull out of the box. Little key fobs, I think. A manual, an Allen key. Oh, looks like it might be a charging block perhaps. We've got a mirror, and as suspected, a charging block. Output 3.5 amps, 42 volts. No, EU plug. So I need to get a UK version of that. Got one lying around the warehouse somewhere, pretty sure. Okay, with that, this part, additional information. Gives you a spec sheet, tells you everything you could possibly want to know on there. Straps. Oh. Okay, so it stands up on its own, which is pretty neat. Wowee! That's amazing. Little motor. Disc brake, normal caliper tile brake at the front, and then a disc brake at the back. Cable pull. Cable on the front, yeah, as well. Little kickstand. Levers. Get out of this plastic confines. And there it is up close. Look at that. Thing of beauty. So you've got a little kickstand, side stand, probably what you want to call it. The motor wire runs through the hub, just here. And that's the little motor here. Tiny little motor. I'll tell you what the wattage of that is in a second. And there's your brakes for the front and disc brake for the rear. And then these are your foot, where you put your feet, foot plates, foot, whatever you want to call them, foot pegs. So you go, little front lights there. Lovely. And this is what you pull it along with. Feel there, they're rubberized. A rubberized wheel, plastic insert. Side reflectors. You've got a power switch, throttle, twist and go, but the speed limit is 15.5 miles per hour. Horn, excellent. And I think you've put your key fob in there to boot it up. Charge port, by the looks, it is 3 prongs. And there's the seat, which is actually plastic. That surprised me. It looked like a soft rubber. I suppose it wouldn't be hard wearing though. If you're chucking it about in a train and in your flat house, wherever you're keeping it in your cupboard, it would get split before you knew it, and then you'd have a wet bum. Right, let's open it up. So, I should do it the other way around, shouldn't I, really? Pull that lever down so you guys can actually see. That now locks into position. Easy as that. Comes off the stabilizers. And then I'm pulling this up. Is that correct? I have watched videos. Pull. I have watched the videos. Trust me, I have. Honestly, I have. Hey, there we go. Push down with the foot. Click. Nice audible click. And it's position. Wow. It's Diddy. It's a Diddy scooter. Look at that. Brilliant. So it's rigid. There's no suspension that I can see apart from the pneumatic tyres. So that's where the suspension is going to come from. They're already pre-pumped up by the looks. It's powered up. A little side stand. Sweet. So you've got a little reflector on the back. You've also got a place where you could put a number plate if you wanted to. Or fix some lights, I guess. I think, yes there is, there's a wire there. You've actually got a rear light, possibly a brake light at the same time. Awesome. The tyres are 35 PSI is what it says inflate to, and a maximum weight bearing of 70 kilograms, and obviously that's per tyre. Let's have a quick look what weight it should carry. As standard, your maximum weight they recommend that you ride it with. Technically permissible maximum laden mass 100 kilograms. So the motor is 250 watt motor. So there you go. Weight of the vehicle is 15 kilograms, just short of. Now apparently you press and hold this for 2 seconds. Ooh, a white light. And that white light indicates that it's powered on, and then you use the key that came with it. It's a funny key, isn't it? A little wireless symbol on it. Put it in the white circle, which is there. Boom! Easy as that, and we have power. Now I should be able to twist. Ooh, it's off. Wow, feels quite torquey. And let's go and have a little play out in the corridors. Worth mentioning, this is the battery status, which isn't flashing like the iPhone seems to say it is. It's just solid blue, and these go down the more battery you consume. Let's go for a first ride. Whoa! Only joking. So, twist grip. Quite a comfortable seat actually. See you later. 18 kilometers an hour. 21. 22.
Gonna crash.
23.
Gonna crash. Gonna crash. Oh, in the bin.
Look at him go!
Do an endo.
Brakes, so just the brakes a bit to do an endo. Oh, that got
Hey!
Put BMX in. Feels solid. It's really solid. Sweet. What I like is when you let go of the throttle, you roll off the throttle and it goes completely silent. Quiet. Pneumatic tyres. Right, would you like to go? Toilet smooth. What's it like if I get off it? The size. Oh wow, a little brake light. So it's got a running light and a brake light.
You get a kid's seat in the back as well.
It's pretty light. You could throw it. You probably wouldn't want it, but you could throw it if you wanted to. So I trust it as far as I can throw it. It's quite far. I'm on football go, feel fun. Whoa, you could definitely do a wheelie. A bit of practice, you could wheel it. I'm not sure it's really what it's like to do, but I like to take things to the extreme. There we go. Whoa! Right, you'll go. Right, twist and go, Mike. Twist and go.
Twist and go. Just pull that back, is
it? Yeah. Beware of the power. I'm joking, it's real smooth. Just pull it back as hard as you can.
Wheel.
You're not going to have problems with accelerating too fast. Completely silent, isn't it, when you let off? Whoa. Foot down.
Watch the wall, watch your dog.
He's around here somewhere, he's having too much fun. He's gone off somewhere. There he is. Struggling to keep up with me. Whoa. So I'm on the old. Brett, this is your 9-bot that I'm waiting for you to pick up. Oh, I've gone into low power mode as well now. No, come back. About to go in the pits and get one of these. Battery ran out the other one. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this off, aren't I? Ooh. Shiny. Gonna go out and test it now for real life. But the nemesis, the stairs. Well, that shouldn't really be a problem. Kickstand down. Hook. And then hook. Hop. And it's not at the start. Or you just carry it down. It's 14 kilograms, so it's not that heavy. 13 kilometers an hour, 12 kilometers an hour. Okay, so travelling along on the flat, it will accelerate just fine. Travelling along downhill, just fine. Up hills, it'll slow right down. But that being said, it will get you up the hills. It will get you up the hills, but just a lot slower. So as long as you're happy to sit there, I'm not sure what the maximum incline would be. It looks about 15% probably. 10 to 15, I would have said. And you can always jump off, of course. Okay, in the front light, if you press the on stroke off button 2 times in a row, you get a front light coming on. So you can turn it on and off, which is pretty neat. And underneath is the serial number plate and VIN number, whichever you want to call it, and what appears to be the battery. Just where we'll be riding it around outside, and it's a bit warm, so it seems to be where the battery is. And it's raining outside, very wet. The mud guard seems to offer ample protection. You can see a little bit coming up the back here, but it's not sprayed everywhere. We've got a little bit over here where it's kicked up from the front wheel, but still nice and clean and new, basically. So that's just, you're not going to get your trousers all dirty by the looks of it, which is pretty good. Don't think we've got any on the front here. No, there's no spray up here, which is pretty nice. The number plate section can actually be removed with those 2 Allen key fittings and little nuts on the back. So you can take that whole plate off if it's not a requirement in your country. Pretty neat. And to turn it off, it's as simple as press and hold for 2 seconds. So to turn it on, is press and hold for 2 seconds, then swipe the key to turn off, press and hold for 2 seconds. It is off. The only thing I would have said, where the front clamps down, I've put this tiny bit of cardboard in there because there's a little bit of play between the two, because obviously it's a folding component, and this basically comes back down and clamps. So a tiny little rubber adhesive backed bit would do okay in there. I mean, this part here, if I just undo it and try and do it one-handed to show you. Can I do it one-handed? Yes, I can. So you can see that's where it hinges and just folds flat onto that flat piece of metal, basically. Well, there we go, clicks into place. I've just put that in there to stop it wobbling a tiny little bit. It's only about 1 millimetre at the most. So putting it on charge is pretty straightforward. It's actually got these nice little rubber feet on it, so when you put it down, it's cushioned. Not only that, it lifts it off the ground slightly, so it gives it a bit of airflow around it, which is quite neat. And obviously it only plugs in one way, and this is the plug. It's quite simple. It's got a little arrow on it, and you can see the pattern, the way it goes. Let's just try and plug it in one-handed. The real test, easy as that. Plugged in. That light goes red to say it's charging. So does that one. So you've got 2 points of reference. It shows it as red, and once it's charged, it'll go green. Okay, we're here with Amy, who's going to try for the first time ever. She has only literally just seen this.
Actually, I saw it in the kitchen.
It was in the kitchen last night. Put it in the kitchen and charged it up. She's now just going to try it for the first time ever. I haven't explained anything to her about this at all. So I'm going to explain it now and see how easy it is for a complete beginner. So this lever here, you push that down and then it'll unfold the front. So if you pull that down as far as you can go and then pull the front out, that's it. And then that clips in, and then push that down onto the floor. Yep, that's it. The lever at the back, pull the lever up and push your foot on that peg there, down. All the way down. That's it, keep going. There we are. Hard, isn't it?
I could do that.
The on button, you press and hold that for 2 seconds, and then a little light will come on. See that little light there? Yeah. Right, and then you swipe that on that circle down below. There's a circle down here. You should see the circle.
Like that?
Flat again. No, the circle there. That's it.
I couldn't see that. It's reflected.
Does it come on?
Nothing's happening.
No. Okay, press and hold it again. It seems to have gone off again. 2 seconds. like that. Now do it. There we go. Boom.
Ah, ruby.
Groovy. So never leave the key wrapped to it, otherwise someone could nick it.
So it's like a motorbike, yeah?
Right, it's very similar to a motorbike. So you twist it back, but it's the throttle. Jacob had this problem. The throttle's just this tiny bit here, so it's separated. So this is solid,
Yeah.
and that's actually the moving bit. There we go. That is quite a steep hill. Might go and catch her up, shall we, Bruce? Right, well, I'm catching her up because I'm on the Gotway. But she's making it up this hill, to be fair. It's quite surprising. Not because of her weight, but because of the power. Yes, you're doing 12, we can see you're doing 12 kilometres an hour. Which is pretty good.
I like
It
this.
is good. I'm surprised because this is a steep hill.
What about this cattle grid? Better not.
Cattle grid, I wouldn't advise you to go over the cattle grid. I might try it for you if you want.
Yeah, you can try that.
Right, okay. Probably will give that a miss, the cattle grid, for now.
Yeah, I think it might be.
But there's a gate right there. You going off-road?
Okay, open the gate, please.
Well, I want you to open the gate so we'll see how,
Yeah.
if it's cumbersome or
What, the gate or the...
the whole process, really, when you're on the bike. You can always get off the bike as well if you do
Okay,
struggle.
well,
There we go.
just multitasking.
Easy. Oh. Yeah, it has got a beeper, but I keep pressing that by mistake. Oh, you a bit wheel spin there. So it's going through the grass, fine, isn't it? That's quite surprising. I like it when I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, it's quite small, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Diddy.
Do they make them in different sizes?
No. So it's 250 watt motor.
So like if
You're
you're 6'4",
6'4", you look like a
you'd be like this.
you're driving a little mini bike.
You'd be like the VFD,
Yeah.
driving it really fast.
Right, should we go down the road?
Hold it on a hill, don't you?
Yeah, roll it, no need for
So I
throttle.
don't need the brakes.
On the hill, just roll it down, nice and quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd hardly know it's rolling. Oh yeah, I need to go and get my wallet so we can actually buy a coffee.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I could use this when we're out and about. When you're on your silly 9-bot and I can't ride that, I can ride this. Can I have one?
It gets you up the hills, isn't it? It's certainly a lot faster than walking. This is a steep hill as well. It's hard to tell by the dog. You don't have to pedal.
You don't have to push me up the hill on your 9-bot.
Well, that's kind of what intrigued me. It's a good,
It hasn't got a basket, has it?
it's a good companion. Hasn't got a basket. No, you're right. Yeah.
Got a bell.
What a shame.
Oh, it's got this
All right, that's quite loud.
better than my bell. Not my bell in a basket. I got this. That's really loud.
Right, going to try it for the second time. Just been chatting with someone, so this is completely with me at a distance. It's only the second time. Very good. Let's go. Right, we're on the trails. Just a bit of gravelly stuff, basically. The pneumatic tyres definitely out with softening stuff out because there's no other suspension apart from that pneumatics in the tyres. In the same way as electric unicycle doesn't have any. But you've got your knees with the electric unicycle, admittedly, because you stood up. But the seat, despite being a plastic seat and not a padded seat, is very, very comfortable for what it is. I didn't find it hurt at all. Okay, I'm just going to try around this little track around here. It's a little off-road track for mountain bikes. So let's try it out. got plenty of ground clearance, and there's little wheels. They're not catching. Not yet, anyway. Plenty of grip. Right, come around here then, easy. Right, with this, throttle works, but if you press the brake lever, the throttle cuts out. So if I got the brake on now, let pull the throttle
Yeah,
back.
I noticed that.
Which is good, but as soon as you do that, it cuts out. So what you usually on a motorbike when you're wheeling is just tether the throttle and the brake. But, not that you should be wheeling this, but when you do that, you touch the brake, it cuts out.
Yeah.
So it's like, ugh! Also going to try, see if I can get back up. I don't think I will, not with my weight. But I can try it. Oh. Yes! It did it! It was your one chance. Yeah. I'm glad I got that on film. Yeah, you're going around the track. It's sort of motocrossing, technically. Okay, we're going to continue now, do a distance test and see how far we can actually go on this. So we're just going down this hill and it shut off. That light went red. I was about 32 kilometers an hour, so I don't know if it's got an upper speed limit. Let's have a look. Well, it's booted back up again, and it works, but it didn't like that at all. Let's put the key back in the pocket. Let's try this again. One-handed is probably not going to be ideal. Well, I'll let you know if it does it again. I can't do it one-handed. The front brake wouldn't be enough to stop me, especially on this bend. Okay, I've successfully recreated it, and it shuts off at 33 kilometers an hour, presumably for safety or just because the motor is going too quick, too fast, motor overrun or whatever you call it. Worth pointing out that that's not actually dangerous or anything like that. You're going beyond this. It only goes 15.5 miles per hour anyway, so the motor's not even, you can have the throttle whacked back and it just reaches that speed and shuts off. Doesn't slam the brake on or anything like that, it's just free rolls. You have to restart it with the key, so there you go. Okie dokie, I've just passed the 5 mile mark. Still going strong. We got massive stone, 3, 4, 5 bars of battery left out of the 8, so doing well. Right, onwards and upwards. Okay, just coming down that hill there where Bruce is coming down. Just had it shut off again at 33, which in that instance it's a tarmac road actually. Perfectly fine, doesn't feel unstable, nothing like that at all, but it booted down. just a bit annoying, that it going off to at 33. It's perfectly it was perfectly fine. It's not like it was stretching it or anything. I'll try and go back up there and see if I can get it to do it again and film it whilst it's happening. Okay, we're at the top of the hill. Well, not the top, but let's see if we can get this to show you what happens on the old screen. Come on, get to the 33. It's not going. I've gone high enough. Oh, there you go. Don't know why, but it's doing that now. And then it does that. It's like an error message. Yeah, and that's what you get. And then you need the key then to boot it back up. But strange one. So it will sit at this speed quite happily. It just trundles along mile after mile. Quite nice. Quite relaxing. Good views. It's all good. We're actually on a cycle trail at the moment. But yeah, it just happily sits at this. I mean, the lowest I've seen so far is 4 kilometers an hour while stuck on it. But that's up a steep hill. So you get steep hills, and it'll slow down quite significantly. It's like you're going uphill now, it's starting to drop off a little bit. But it will maintain a speed. I haven't come across a hill yet that stopped it. It's obviously just going a lot slower. Slow down for the dog. It just goes a lot slower, that's all. But I'm on a slight incline now, just pull the throttle back. And it slowly winds up. Bearing in mind it's a 250 watt motor, that's all. It's a tiny little motor. Does remarkably well. In the city, where these are really designed for commuting, short commuting, it'll be absolutely fine. Mostly all flat in cities. It'll be a breeze. You can just fold it up and put it away when you're finished with it, which is pretty neat really. 3.5 hour charge time, which is pretty reasonable. For the distance it's giving out, I mean at the moment we've got 3 bars left and I've done 7.5 miles I think, which is quite a distance. Okay, this is going to be a shot just to show you what it's like when it gets water up underneath it, where it splashes and where it dissipates to, just in case you're worried about it getting splashed over. Okay, we are 9 miles in and it's just gone red. So we're heading back now the way we came. I'm not 9 miles away, just gone past where we started about a mile ago. So hopefully it'll take me a mile, otherwise I'm going to be carrying it. It just hit the 10 mile mark and it's definitely close now. I'm going back and forward, but it's sort of pulsing. I'm going to try and get, you should be able to hear it just. It's sort of power on, power off, power on. Don't know if you can hear that, it's picking it up or not. But we're not reaching the speeds we were before, and it's almost certainly, I am now because I'm going downhill, but it's pulsing, the motor's like, so whether that's a software implemented, and turn around again, I'm going too far, whether that's a software implemented thing, I'm not sure. So it's actually pulsing now, not accelerating very fast at all. So max speed, sort of struggling to go any more. I think we're almost there now. I think I've almost killed it. There you go, I'm max throttle, and this is maximum speed. This is on flat, I'm just going up a slight hill now. There we are. That's almost your lot. That is your lot. Well, I'm right next to the car now. So that is the conclusion of the range test. The temperature outside is about 4 degrees C. So in summer you're going to get more than whatever I can't. Yeah, it's not so. It's, yeah, it won't get me up this hill now. Come on. That is it. It's done. So you get more than you would do in winter. Obviously the batteries respond differently to the temperatures, but let me find out what that distance was. That was 10.28 miles, and that is 16.54 kilometers. Now you may very well be asking, can you put it in your filthy car? Well, the answer to that is yes, for sure. If you can dare to go down like that. So it will fit in your boot of car, no problem. One thing I did notice is when it's in its upright position, in its standing position, so it's folded up, these actually retract down, or extend out and then retract when you fold it back up. So they actually come down further, and this whole lot slides up, and this wheel is actually up here, which is pretty neat. It's another little thing I didn't notice until I started washing it down. Now, there's a glaring problem in the UK. There's a reason I've been riding it on trails. Because it doesn't have pedals, it is classified in the same category as essentially a moped. So you need basically you need a CBT, so a license, MOT, tax and insurance. Obviously the MOT wouldn't be due for 3 years, and you need to wear a motorcycle helmet, which is a bit of a shame. You could flout those rules if you really wanted to, it's entirely up to you. But because it doesn't have pedals, that is where the issue lies. We've been in contact with EVLA. If it had pedals, it would be classed as an e-bike. 250 watt motor, maximum speed of 15.5 miles per hour. But because it doesn't, it's classed as a moped, which is crazy. So hopefully there'll be some change in the law at some point, because riding a full head motorcycle helmet, or a motorcycle helmet, doesn't have to be full head, I mean it could be half face mask if you wanted to. But whatever, you've got to ride with a certified motorcycle helmet and have all those other things as well. Tax will be free because it's electric, so it's just a case of going online and registering it. They do come with a VIN number and everything, as I've shown previously, so you can just register it and you'll have a logbook and everything, which seems complete overkill for essentially a tidal fold-up scooter. But of course where it wins is the fact that if you're in the city and you do want to license it and you can use it on the road, it is licensable. Unlike the two-wheel segways where they're forbidden, you can't ride them. Whereas this, you can actually get it licensed and ride it. Now where it wins for me is the fact you can just fold it up and take it into your work, or take it into your apartment, whatever. If you're in that sort of environment where you could really do with something that just folds up, you can tuck away somewhere, it is absolutely spot on and unrivaled. If you were looking for an electric commuter, and you can leave it on the side of the street, you're not worried about that, then there's other things in this price bracket that you can get, which go faster and further. But this is pretty much the only one at this speed, this power, and this lightness, so it's only, say, 14 kilograms, and that can actually fold up so quickly that it's not a hassle, basically. So you've got those options to choose from, but there you go, that is the review done and dusted.